my crafty little guitar case. It's my tackle box. Pretty cool, huh? Let's get to work. Let's see what we can catch. I'm looking over here and there's this, somebody dumped a a broke down boat. They either dumped it or it fell over the bridge. They had a crash or something. Look at that. Speaker boxes. Just a bunch of junk. It's sad people are coming out here and throwing their junk away. But yeah, look at that, all that junk in there. Chair, speaker box, some railing. Yeah, pretty sad. Probably somebody stole it and they stripped it and dumped it down here. But it looks like it took a hell of a fall too, so it's hard to say. Anyway, let's get to it. So I'm over here under this bridge in Grand Prairie, Texas, and I already see a lot of signs of life. See those small fish, minnows or something. I don't know what they are. Probably carp or something, baby carps. So that's a good sign. A lot of grass, moss, I can fish off of. I'm gonna start here over underneath this bridge, and I'm gonna step on over to the other side of this bridge. I've been here before and I caught some bass. So I think we should have a good run today. It's about 105 degrees. The temperature's dropping, believe it or not. It's about 5 o'clock p.m. Texas time. Okay, I already see a fish bed, which is a good sign. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's right there. There's some bluegill around it. He's swimming around in it. So it's definitely a good sign. We'll try to catch some of them bluegill too. Someone's using this for fishing poles. Let's see what happens. There's tons of bluegill. It's pretty creepy also. Just want to say, before you go fishing underneath the bridge or something, always be careful. You never know what's down there. I know several years ago, this bridge in particular, people used to come and drop off their dogs, which is a sad thing. Pit bulldogs and Rottweilers. I see them down here all the time. It's pretty sad. There was a couple of times, maybe like 10 years ago, I came down here and found a Rottweiler or a pit bull with a gunshot. You know, they just come down here and kill their dog or whatever. It's pretty sad. Hopefully that doesn't go on anymore. Alright, so I moved on to the other side of where I was. This is the whole side right here, all the way over there. That's where I've usually caught the most fish. But that was years ago. Let's see if there's anything in here now. I see a lot of life, so that's a good sign. It does look kind of shallow though. Try a few casts here. Sorry if there's a lot of loud noise. It's directly under a very busy bridge. Man, this reminds me when I used to work for Dish Network when they first started. I don't remember, but it was in the late 90s, maybe mid 90s. And I worked out of the base out of Dallas, Texas. And I remember one particular install that we went to go do. That I went to go do, and came upon this house. This lady, belonged to a blind lady, and she wanted the Dish Network because it had a channel on there called Daystar, I believe it was Daystar, and it was a church channel. So she was blind, but she could listen to it, right? So I remember walking up. And as soon as I got to maybe 10 feet from a doorstep, I smelled this horrible, horrible smell. I mean, it smelled like death. You know, just imagine death, what it smelled like. So regardless, I ring the doorbell, and the lady answers. And I noticed she was like really, really dirty. She's an old lady, maybe like 75, 70, 75. And she was handicapped, she was blind. I could tell automatically she was blind. Sweet lady. And I told her who I was, and she's like, okay, I've been waiting for you. She had all the boxes there that her son had put aside, you know, ready. Because, you know, on the boxes it says, do not open, wait for installation. So all the boxes were there, the box for the receiver and the box with the dish and the L&B. Well, I make my way into her house, and oh my God, it smelled like something was just rotting. And I noticed she had feces all over her. She had feces. Her little pajamas were like soaked with urine, dried urine. I mean, it was just a really sad scene, and her house was a mess. There's dog feces everywhere. I mean, just unbearable. I don't know how anybody could stay in there. So I went to my van, I got a mask, and I came back in. And I was starting to get concerned for this lady. I'm gonna go get my, while I'm telling the story, I'm gonna get my other rod and reel. But I started to get concerned for this lady, so I asked her, I said, ma'am, where's your husband at? Your son. She said her son lived with her. And she said, oh, he went to the store, he'll be right back. I said, okay, good. I said, I'd like to talk to him, you know, before I leave. She said, okay, sure, no problem. So I'm doing the best I can to deal with the smell and install her dish network. Got her going after about maybe an hour and a half. And her son still hadn't got back. So I was like, do you know when your son's gonna be back? You know, I asked her again. Oh, he went to the store. He'll be back in just a little bit. Well, geez, that was already like going on 2 hours, 2.5. Got some company. Here they come. But anyway, I waited and waited. So while I was waiting, I decided I'm gonna clean up her house. It was a little small house, like a 2-bedroom, one of the old style, old houses, maybe from the 60s or 70s. So I began to start cleaning up. I asked where all her cleaning supplies were. She said they were in the kitchen, so I looked for them, found them, started cleaning up, putting stuff in trash bags. I asked if she had any change of clothing, and I found some clean clothes for her, and I told her to go change. And I wiped her arms down and her legs, and the best I could, you know, without making her feel uncomfortable, and you know, making her get naked. You know, I didn't want to do that. But it was enough to get her cleaned up and so on. But anyway, another hour or so passed, a couple hours. I'm there already for like 4 hours. And nothing, no son. So I said, ma'am, I said, when's your son coming back? It's been a while. And she kept saying the same thing. Every time I asked her, she kept saying, oh, he'll be back in just a minute. He went to the store down the street. I said, okay, well, I sat her down in the kitchen. And I asked her, I said, where do you put your trash? You know, ready for the garbage, the trash truck. She said, okay, we put it in the garage. She said her son puts it in the garage and then puts it out the night before the trash comes. I said, okay, well, I'm gonna go put this in your garage. So I make my way down the hall. And as I get closer to the garage, I'm smelling this awful smell. I mean, I've never smelled anything like it before. It was just, it's hard to explain. You can taste it and it sticks to you. You know, just one of those things. So I make my way to open the garage door, and I'm kind of hesitant because I don't know what's in there, you know. I'm thinking maybe a dead dog or something. It smelled that bad. So as I open the door and the light creaks in, what I see is her son hanging from the garage. Some kind of, I don't remember if it was like a railing or something that was keeping the garage door open or something. But he hung himself. And from the looks of it, he's been in there for quite a while. I mean, he was leaking some kind of fluid, I don't know, from his mouth, and I guess maybe from his private area and his butt, I guess, what you want to call it. So I went and called the police. They arrive. I tell them what's going on. I didn't tell her yet. But I told her the exact story that I'm telling you guys. And they go in and check it out, and they confirm. They confirmed that it was her dead son. Hold on, I got some company. I'll show you in a minute. Hi. Hi. ¿Quieren fish? ¿Van a pescar? Got one. Woo, got a bass. Got him. All right. Es una grande, ¿verdad? Sí. Nada, tengo unas pinzas. Ahí está. Está grandote. Está, mira. Sí. como 3 pesos. Man, good one. Hey, yeah. All right, caught a good one here. Here we go. Let it back. Nice bass there. Had some fans come look. Awesome bass. About a 3-pounder. Pretty cool. But anyway, my fans are leaving, so I can continue the story. Anyway, I called the police, told them the exact story I just told you guys, and they went inside and it confirmed, yeah, it was her son, and he had hung himself. From what I gathered, what the detectives were telling me was he had been taking care of her, I think for like 10 years or so. And I guess maybe he just couldn't deal with it anymore. I don't know. I mean, I took care of my mom for 20 years. She wasn't blind, but she had other ailments that required a lot of attention. So I know the stress. I know the heartache, the hard work and the heartache that it takes to take care of an elderly person. But Nevertheless, I guess he couldn't take it anymore, and he hung himself. He told his mother that he was going to the store and he'd be right back. And he'd been gone for like 4 days or something. That explains all the feces and why she was dirty, why she was smelly and stuff. That explains it. Really sad situation. What got me the most is, when they talked to her and they told her that, that was her son and he was gone. And what got me the most was the cry, the screaming. It's very an emotional thing that happened that day for me and a lot of people. I remember going home and just hugging my mother, telling her I love her. Because, I couldn't imagine life without her, Now, even though she's gone, she died. My mother passed away a couple of years ago. I still think about her. It's tough. But nevertheless, if you're taking care of an elderly person or your mother or your father, tell them you love them every day. That's the moral of the story. Tell them you love them. That's all I can say about that.